And hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to the stream. It's your host, Marley Startled, and welcome back to the channel, actually. We'll be finishing off our grind to get to level 100 for the Axis Invasion game mode on Sniper Elite 5. Now, I'm going to cut this down into clips for you, so you guys don't have to watch the hunting aspect. And I'm going to probably highlight really what I think about the invasion mode and what things should be added to improve it. But generally speaking, it's a pretty fun mode. I would just say it's just a bit um, unfair for the actual ally player because the Jaeger has complete map control because he's got all these friendly Germans, and because the ally player or the actual main character will be going around completing objectives, it can be very difficult for them to react to a Jaeger. It's very easy for me to cheese. I can just hide in a very concentrated area and force him to sort of give away his position. And that's if I don't just roll up on him and like I'm about to do so now. And just and while he's busy dealing with the AI, I just sort of blap him, which is rather unfortunate. So here we are. Okay. There he is.
Muss auf der Hut bleiben.
There we are, just rolled up. So it can be very difficult for the allied player to work. So one of the things I would say to improve the situation would be perhaps have a game mode where two snipers join the game. The objective is to assassinate a sniper. The same rules you currently have, but just have all the AI turn to be aggressive on everyone. So you could treat like a Cold War mode. So a Russian sniper joins who's a player, the American sniper joins who's a player, and they've got to navigate just these maps, avoiding the enemy AI and hunting each other down. Because unfortunately, the big problem with this game mode is just the complete map control. Coupled with the fact that a lot of players will be too busy trying to complete objectives, it can be very difficult for players to react to a German player in time, especially because it's one-hit kill most shots, especially with the upgraded weapons. And this means that I just have to sit here. I don't have to move unless, until I get the camping penalty, or I don't feel like I'm going to spot the guy, and then I can just pop my shot off. And he's got to move around. And in sniping games, whoever moves first tends to die first. So, looking around. Some of the mechanics I do really like about the game is the invasion phones. I do think it does break up just wandering around looking for a target. Other things I do like as well is, of course, the cat and mouse feeling of this game mode, where you're sort of hunting down the enemy, and depending on how fair you want to be, you can of course use the sniper rifle as the Jaeger. But generally speaking, it's more optimum to run around with the SMG or the sidearm and just getting close, because you normally take the sniper on the other player unaware. And so I think another balancing factor would be potentially to remove the SMG from player from the Jaeger. Altogether, I mean, I played hours of this being the hunter, and I've probably enjoyed doing that. There are mechanics people have complained about, like some people are not happy with the camping mechanic, but I think it's necessary to stop people just hiding in the corner and not doing anything the entire game. And it is rather, how do I put it? It is rather generous, so it's not like you can only stay there for 30 seconds. I could stay there for 3 to 4 minutes, 5 minutes or so before I get the spotting warning. And so I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. I know people think it's a sniping game and you can stay in one place forever, but I think in terms of balance, to stop it just becoming hiding in the corner of the map, it's unnecessary in order to avoid that. Phone spamming. Slow down my shot. Looks like this guy's co-oping. Can't climb that. I gotta wait. Got him. I didn't get a fatal hit. Nearly. Got him. So it's those moments like that where you're sort of having a sniping duel that really makes the game. Constant back and forth. I mean, that was a good game mode. That was a good, like, there's moments like that really brings out how great the invasion game mode is. Having that sniper duel, he spotted me, I spotted him, and we're just sort of fighting it out. Of course, on the hard difficulties, we're going to have a bit more of a harder time trying to knock him out. But generally speaking, most people play on a medium difficulty, so you've got that sort of aiming aid. But it's just moments like that really brings out how great the game is, or this game mode is. Like when you have two players who want to fight each other, and aren't just like using it for the extra XP, or and they're inexperienced in the game mode. And there's other moments where you're just sort of wandering around aimlessly, mostly on the first mission, Atlantic Wall, just trying to hope you run into the enemy, or the enemy's given away his position, and in consequence, you're just rolling up on them. Of course, depending on how you play it, generally it is more for the LARPing sniper. Like it's not. I'm playing it not the most optimum way. The most optimum way is to actually just roll up with these SMG and just try and wipe them out while they're trying to like find you. But I try to sort of play the sniping role as much as I can in this game. Now this is an interesting mechanic. I would prefer it if this in co-op for the extra bit of challenge that the co-op player can respawn, or potentially yeah, a co-op player that stays incapacitated and needs to get revived. That way the co-op player can get back in the fight and the game can be a bit more challenging. I understand why they've done the current balance. So you can see here I've got complete map control because I've already AI soldiers. And so I've got much more freedom to maneuver around. I know where the enemy's been spotted. I mean, really, you could remove that as well to not know exactly where the enemy's coming from, but I understand why that is, so you can narrow it down to make it easier to find a target. Now see how easy it can become just to roll up
Konzentration.
like so. You just roll up, and there you go. It's too easy to roll up. Just too easy. That's why I think they should remove the SMG from the Jaeger. If I want to roll up on someone, I've got the pistol. I can use it as a defensive weapon. It just doesn't make any sense to have the Axis invader be equipped with a Jaeger. The big issues with this game mode, which I found, is sometimes it can be very difficult to find the actual target. Now that's acceptable, but if you've got high vantage points, but there's some levels like Atlantic Wall where there's no verticality, and so you cannot really set up a good sniping position. So you just end up wandering around. There's like 2 sniper points on the map. You gotta hope for the best. Now I think the spawn system does try and put you at least on the path of the enemy, but it's not guaranteed that it will work. Got him. Lucky there, because I've got the upgraded weapons. Pretty easy job. And there we are. Now that wasn't a particularly demanding sniper duel. It wasn't the best place to do a sniping duel. Okay. Holy crap, the guy hit me. Damn, nice shot. Well done. There you go. Well done. Request a rematch. Pretty sure he's in here. There we are. Job done. And that's the thing. The game becomes very predictable. Also very easy with Jaegers with SMGs. SMGs is so over the top. There you go. Sometimes you do get it like that. You just get lucky, like you spawn right in front of the enemy. Very rarely, but it does happen. Like, I've shot the guy because he hasn't died. The host has had to leave the game. That's quite a bit of a bug because I've killed him too early. You see. Spawn over here. Oh dear. Got him. And there we are. 38 seconds. That's a big underlying issue. It's sometimes we just can't find them. But then again, it's just it. It's part of the hunting process, you know. Sometimes you have games like this. It's a bit like fishing, you know. So, it's not a completely big issue. No, I've yet to get a booby trap grenade yet. That was a silly of them. Need to aim elsewhere. There we are. This is it. Missed, but hey, oh, he didn't care about the shot, so. Oh, and he kicked me. Holy fuck. What? I'm gonna relocate. No, he got me. Well done. Well done. So, what do I think of the invasion mode? I think it's a wonderful addition to the game. Well, there are some big oversights to the invasion mode. The first one being that it is very one-sided against the allied player who has it on, because as you noticed in my gameplay over like the 8 hours I played this, the grind, the ghillie suit, you have full map control and you can select where you want to be sniping as the German Jaeger, as opposed to the allied sniper. They've got to sort of clear out slowly their own positions or give away their own positions, and then of course if they do find a good sniping spot they'll have to move from it, and they'll have to move from it slowly, meaning it's very easy to start narrowing down where the enemy is going to be. Another point is, of course, the SMGs. It's not actually for Sniper Elite, a game called Sniper Elite. It's not actually optimum to be a sniper as a German Jaeger. You just want to ping as many of your own allies and rush down the enemy and using your M-Pistol 44, because where you don't have to be careful or quiet, the player sniper or your opposing story playing sniper does have to be careful and quiet, so he can't just start gunning at you. Other points I've noted is that, of course, it's easier as the German Jaeger on easy difficulties. So if you want to if you're playing on easy mode, you probably want to turn off invasions. And if you wanting more of a challenge and you want Jaeger to have a challenge, then turn on more authentic difficulties. In short, it's a very good. There are great parts of this game mode, like when we're doing the sniping duels, or I set up in a good sniping post position, and I'm able to shoot down on the enemy. But there are also some very disappointing battles where players get killed off by the enemy, by the AI, or they rage quit or boot you from the game, or where you just sort of stumble upon them, or you just like roll up on them with an M-Pistol 44. Meaning that although it's a good addition, it does need a lot of polish to make it an actual fun for both sides. So my recommendations would be make it a separate game mode, have two players drop into a story map, fill it full of enemy AI for both sides, and tell the two players to get on with it with all the current additions already in. With the phones and the pinging of enemy troops to see where the enemy sniper is, and just let them have at it. I'd also have the SMGs removed from the Jaeger's class, and I would also potentially have it that perhaps it's a bit more of a warning. Well, not really a warning. I mean, really all you need to do is remove the M-Pistol 44 and potentially add that playing field of mutually enemy AI troops, meaning that it's very easy to fit in. It's just a Cold War scenario. So Cold War, Russian soldier gets dropped in to knock out the American soldier to stop him completing his mission. They're both Germans are both hostile to both sides, and whoever knocks out which sniper first wins. You can also potentially have it so have a free life game mode, so each sniper has 3 lives. And if you wanted to, you could add some side missions, but I think the side missions would detract. So the best moments I feel in this game is when you're hunting down the enemy sniper and you've set him up in a good spot and you locate him and you're honing in your shot, or where the sniper spots you and it's sort of this really tight game of cat and mouse and you're sniping and they're sniping back, and it can make it for a very fun and enjoyable game. But those moments are often overlooked by you, often just stumbling upon the enemy sniper is being ganged up on completely, and you just rolling over him because you've got 5 AA troops on your side and he doesn't. And moments where he sort of just appears in front of you and you just blast him and he just goes away with the dodo. Altogether, I've got quite a lot of fun with this. I think my big issue was constantly playing Atlantic Roll because it's the first mission. It sort of drove me insane, and I think it's a good addition to the game, especially because it's optional. However, I think really, if you want to get the most out of it, you should turn it into a separate game mode and have that sort of 1 versus 1 with the AI troops who are hostile for both sides, and have these big, expansive maps. Because this is probably the closest you're going to get to enemy at the gates with 2 snipers going at it as it stands. But I think the engine, the mechanics, and the general feeling of this game suits that sort of 1 versus 1 mentality rather well. And of course, if you wanted to, you could have perhaps a 2 versus 2 with a revive system in place for the game mode. I've sort of brain spammed and other sort of mechanics. In short, I'd give this a solid 7 out of 10. I think it will get better with more players who get more experience with the game, and once players sort of move on, you've got a die-hard sort of snipers. But yeah, definitely a good addition. Just needs some polish. Anyway, that's me done. Thank you for watching. I'm happy I no longer have to look at Atlantic Roll until I've played a single player. And so without further ado, I will call it here. Thank you very much, boys, and see you all later. Adieu.